Game Science just dropped the Black Myth Zhong Kui trailer, and it straight up lit the gaming community on fire. But like we're still light years away from the game's actual release, so while we're all losing it over this trailer's stunning visuals, let me hit you with some one-on-one knowledge about our main character Zhong Kui. I'm gonna tell you who he is, what are the deeds you ignored in this trailer, and the connection between Zhong Kui and Wukong. Big props for clicking on the first video of my channel. Welcome to Lotus Sleuth. I will unravel the mysterious fog of Eastern culture. Buckle up, today's story begins with a bully incident. Back in China's Tang Dynasty, a highly talented scholar achieved the top score in the National Imperial Examination, a test held annually that grants successful candidates entry into government service. However, the emperor at that time, who disdained Zhong Kui's unattractive appearance, stripped him of his top ranking. Filled with resentments, Zhong Kui left his last words: "A disheartened cat cannot mimic a tiger's might. A bedraggled parrot falls short of a common hen's plight." Then Zhong Kui took his life by cutting his throat with a sword. With years passing by, another emperor of Tang Dynasty got hit with malaria after a military training trip, and he was struggling hard over a month with still no recovery in sight. One night, he had this wild dream about a little ghost that snatches the emperor's jade flute and his concubine Yang Guifei's fancy purple sandbag, then starts zooming around the palace like he's living its best life. Out of nowhere, a bigger ghost in tattered clothes and boots rolls up, grabs that tiny ghost, yanks its eyes out, and then chomps it like he's a midnight snack. Emperor is like, "What are you?" The big ghost goes, "I'm Zhong Kui, the scholar who committed suicide years ago." The emperor wakes up, totally healed, and he's so stoked that he calls the best painter in his kingdom to create a painting, Zhong Kui catching ghost, and then shows this painting to the entire kingdom. You have probably noticed that Zhong Kui isn't that kind of typical god. He's like a hybrid of human, ghost, and deity. His human side is super easy to get. He is spooky but still looks like a human. The ghost side, he's not leading some shiny angel army. He got himself a squad of sketchy ghost minions, and you can see it from many old Chinese art and in the trailer as well. What about the way he deals with the ghost? No glowing holy power or banishing spells here. It's just savage mode. Big ghost eats little ghost. The law of jungle. Now we've got Zhong Kui's whole vibe. Let's dive into the meaning behind his name. Starting with some wordy nerdy stuff, I'm gonna break it down easy peasy, kicking off with the surface meaning of each character. In Chinese, Zhong is a surname, but it's also an ancient instrument for telling time, like a bell or chime. Then you got Kui, which is all about the roads that stretch in every direction. Put them together, Zhong Kui represents time and space, which totally tracks with his gig in Chinese culture, ghost busting, because his whole deal is popping up at the right time and place to wipe out the ghost at the wrong time and place. And his whole name Zhong Kui also sounds like a type of funky mushroom in Chinese, but is written with different Chinese characters. According to Compendium of Materia Medica, a 16th century Chinese OG herbal Wikipedia, this kind of mushroom was believed can get rid of evil and cure malaria. Those two characters also represent a kind of weapon. To understand this, we have to know the ancient Chinese phonology. Take Zhong Kui as example. The Zhong gives the starting sound. You can call this initial consonant to talk like a pro, like the J in Zhong, and Kui gives the vowels, like the A in Kui. Then you can put them together, and if it sounds kinda like Dre, you're nailing it. With some Chinese flair, it's Zhui. Zhui is a stabby weapon. It's like from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. According to this Taoist test, Dao Zang, there's a charm in the secret methods for protecting the house section, which is used for warding off plaguing vibes and random ghosts. As you can see, there's two Zhui characters in this charm, proving that ancient Chinese were using this weapon to deal with the ghost. As for Zhong Kui's scary look, It came from this ceremony Nuo, which was all about kicking plagues and evil ghosts away. The freaky masks worn in this ceremony are iconic. That's the Zhong Kui's face we saw in this trailer, giving him that terrifying mug. It's ugly enough to spook the living, which is exactly what you need to keep those ghosts in check. That's why Zhong Kui has been worshipped through generations in China, earning himself the title of Blessing and Home Protecting Saint. People put his portraits on doors or walls, believing it will keep bad spirits away. Now you know almost everything about Zhong Kui. Let's go back to the trailer. If you're a Black Myth Wukong fan, you may know Sun Wukong comes from the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West. In chapter 33 and 34, two ghosts working for the Gold Horn and Silver Horn kings try to trap Wukong with some OP treasures, the Jade Vase and the Crimson Gourd. So, when this dude in the trailer mentioned their big boss, it probably means Horn Kings.
Mast will take us back.
Keep watching, and you will catch these two arguing about whether to go back to their base, which totally lines up with the Journey to the West. After Wukong tricks them out of their treasures, they head back to Lotus Cave, fess up, and the Horn Kings forgive them. So they say, "How lucky we are. No beating, no yelling, just forgiving." That's the same as the trailer's line shows.
No scolding, no flogging, life spared. Why risk going back? This place, we've got food on our table and...
That pause, I believe, means those treasures, the Jade Vase and Crimson Gourd. Plus, those flowers on their heads are striking. They look like hibiscus flowers, which is Chinese death flower in folklore. My theory, these two are already dead, trying to get back to their mortal world, but they're stuck in the circle of death. Their disagreement was interrupted by Zhong Kui. Leave us room to overthink about it, and welcome you to take a guess. What's your take? Please drop your theories down below the video. Back to our trailer. Before Zhong Kui makes his grand entrance, two ghost minions are hauling a massive sword. According to the Qing Dynasty novel Ghost Slaying Chronicles, these guys are named Wronged and Grieved. Both of their names represent suffering unjust treatment. They are carrying Zhong Kui's ghost-slaying sword. It's decked out with 108 copper coins, embedded in the blade and the handle wrapped in yin-yang threads. It delivers a one-shot kill to regular ghosts and massive damage to high-level spirits. Keep an eye on those bats flying by. Ghosts love lurking in shady spots, and bats are Zhong Kui's wingmen for sniffing them out. You can see bats in lots of Zhong Kui's paintings, so I won't be surprised if the bats act like drones, helping with pathfinding or marking enemies in the game. Zhong Kui's ride is not his classic mythical beast Baize, a tiger-headed, dragon-bodied, horned beast. Instead, it's just a tiger. I believe it came from 16th century Ming Dynasty art, Zhong Kui riding a tiger. But what if Baize is a secret boss you have to defeat in the game to unlock it as an epic ride? What got me more hyped than the new game is the potential crossover with Black Myth Wukong. Game Science website posted some pictures with a familiar-looking old dude, kinda like Yuan Shoucheng, the old man carrying a large gourd. And you may notice this character with a belt and helm. Isn't that a horse bro? In Wukong, ox bro and horse bro already pissed out, but in Chinese mythology, they are underworld enforcers working for the king of the dead, Yan Wangye, who's also Zhong Kui's boss. He felt pity for Zhong Kui after his death, so he appointed Zhong Kui as a judge capturing evil spirits. And please don't take Yan Wangye as Satan, the king of hell in Western culture. In China, Yan Wangye is in charge of how long a person can live and how long the dead have to wait for their reincarnation. Just take Yan Wangye as the president, horse and ox as FBI agents, and take Zhong Kui as the attorney general who likes to show up to the crime scenes himself. I'm so stoked to see if Wukong pops up in Zhong Kui, maybe in a flashback. Cause in Journey to the West, Wukong went down to the underworld, shredding the book of life and death that controls everyone's lifespan. This chaos might be the reason why Zhong Kui has to show up, to keep the yin-yang balance and maintain order among dead and living. Finally, I would like to praise Game Science gods. They didn't choose to bring the talent to Wukong's DLC. They went to build a Black Mist universe. We might be waiting 3 or 5 years to play this game, but I have faith in Game Science vision. Hope my video can help you with Zhong Kui's backstory. If you like it, please do subscribe my channel. It has been proven that subscribing can accelerate my schedule of dropping more content for you. See you in the next one, and have a good one. Peace out.